New Huang, so Chen Huafeng, from Mingshan. On a hot summer day, he went to lie under a large tree in the wild to catch a cold. All of a sudden, a man with a collar on his head hurried to the shade of the tree, carrying a rock and sitting down, fanning himself unremittingly, sweating his face. Chen Huafeng sat up, laughing and saying, "If you take off the collar, you can cool off without fanning." The visitor said, "It's easy to take it off, but it's hard to put it on." The two men chatted, "If you can get a good wine soaked in ice, a cool aroma goes straight into your throat, and the hot summer air is half removed," the guest said in a subtly polite way. "This wish is easy, I can satisfy you," Chen said with a laugh. "My house is nearby, please enjoy the light," he said, holding the guest's hand. The guest followed him with a laugh. At home, Chen Huafeng took out the wine from the stone cave, and the wine was so cold that the guests were overjoyed and sipped 10 glasses in one breath. It was getting dark, and suddenly it rained, and Chen Huafeng lit a lamp in the house. The guests also unwrapped their necklines, and the two enjoyed a drink. During his speech, Chen Huafeng saw the light from behind the customer's head and was confused. Shortly thereafter, the guests were so drunk that they slept in the bed. Chen Huafeng sneaked over the light to peek at it. There was a hole behind his ear, the size of a wine glass, several thick membranes in it spaced apart, like window gills, with soft leather lids outside and empty in the middle. Chen Huafeng was terrified, pulling the hairpin off his head and looking through the thick film. There's a thing in there, shaped like a calf, flying out with its hand, breaking through the window and flying away. Chen Huafeng was more afraid to swipe again, and just wanted to turn around. The guest was already awake, and in shock, said, "You have secretly seen my secret. What can you do if you let New Huang out? Since this is the case, what are we hiding?" Mr. Chen asked, "To tell you the truth, I'm the 6 animals plague. You let go of New Huang, I'm afraid the New Huang will die within 100 miles. Chen Huafeng, who had been raising cattle for a living, listened very frightened and begged the guests for a solution. The guest said, "I can't escape the guilt. How can I be saved? Only the bitter is the most effective. You need to spread the word, don't be selfish." "Thank you, Chen Huafeng." Leave the house. Another handful of earth was piled up in a niche on the wall, saying, "It works every time you use it." The guests are gone. Soon after, the cattle were sick and the plague spread. Chen Huafeng wanted his patent and hid the recipe for his medical treatment, refusing to pass it on to anyone but his brother. The younger brother tried the prescription, which was awesome. But Chen Huafeng himself took the medicine for the cow according to the prescription, but it had no effect. He's got 40 cows. They're dying. There's only 4 or 5 old cows left, and they're dying. He was frustrated and unable to make it happen, and suddenly he remembered the clay in the niche, which didn't work either. After one night, the cows were up. It was only then that he realized that the medicine had failed because God had punished him for his selfishness. After a few years, the cows reproduce and gradually return to their original condition.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.